I'm back for part 2 of Astroneer, a beginner's guide. So in the last stream, if you're watching the other one I did straight after this, you'll know that we built the printer. We built a couple of power pods where we can install power. We built a smelter and a research dock where we can research things that we find out on the planet. We also built a solar panel using the printer. We also built these smaller solar panels. We put 2 on the back of the backpack. We put 2 on a pod over here, one on the pod. Sorry, the back beacon. And what we're going now is build. Just need to make sure. Okay. More resin. We're gonna build a rover. The main is res and quite easy to find. So this game you can quite literally change everything around you, the land, by using this mining tool. That was a resin deposit, so I'm literally mining every ounce of resin I can get. See, it's all hidden away. I think this is the only resin mine that I've found where there is a lot of it hidden. It's quite a deposit. So I'm going to go back over here. See, and this is that big solar panel. See, this is charging now because it's daylight. Producing lots and lots of power. What we should probably build is like a power reserve. Okay, now we've got. I think I've got 2. Oh no, I had 1. Oh damn. What's over here? Yeah, we're gonna build a battery. Oh, and you need that element. An element I don't have. Lithium, I think, yeah, that's a rare item, so it is actually quite hard to get. You can usually get it by researching elements that you find. We need resin. We need some more resin. Try not to fall back in the hole. Wow, I think I've actually taken all the resin I can get. Oh. Probably is better for a minute actually. So if you haven't watched the first video already, please go do that, because it will, if you're new to the game or you're thinking about getting the game, I just basically talk about how good the game actually is, what you can do, what you can get, the first things to build, anything to kind of like help you build what you're going to build. There's a small resin deposit over here. So you are restricted with oxygen and with power. I'm probably going to use a lot of it up here. My power's not going down quite as fast as I thought. I think that's probably because I have the 2 solar panels on it and it is daytime out. So you can see the yellow on the backpack, it's charging up so quick because of the solar panels on the back. So it's very important that you have the solar panels on your backpack when you're out. You're out mining, you're out getting resources, you're out searching for crash ship sites, things like that. Definitely have the solar panels on your backpack. I haven't tried the wind vanes. I assume it works the same way. Okay, so now we can build. Where is it? Vehicle bay. I need 2 aluminium. Okay. Something else we can build. Let me see if I can build the other thing first. Storage. Oh, here we go. This is good. My backpack's getting pretty full, so I need some storage to store some stuff. Let me just pop that on there like that. And pop the resin on. Oh, for some reason it won't go on. There we go. I'll keep that compound in there. Aluminium, there we go. So the last video you would have saw how I got that aluminium and what's needed to produce aluminium, because you can't just find it in the middle of nowhere like we have with that resin. So if you haven't already seen the first video, maybe stop where you are now, go watch the first video and then come back to this one. Okay, so in the daytime this is going to start charging up. So we'll just wait for that to charge up. While we do, let's I need resin again. You know what, I put that resin there and I think I'm just going to take it back, fuck it. I'll use it up. A really good thing to do in this game is spend a lot of time building those storage things and filling them with only one element at a time each board. So there was 8 slots on that board. I'd fill one with resin, get another one, fill it with compound, so you can just go ahead and build without having to keep going backwards and forwards like I am now. Learn from my mistake. Oh, I can't actually build anything else. I thought there was another thing that I could build, but there isn't. Okay, and what you can do, once you've used up a whole deposit like I have here, and you really just don't want to keep it the way it is, you can... Oh, I need somewhere shorter. Oh no. You can build back up. Oh. See, because this mine's so big, you can usually... Oh no, hang on. Oh, it's so much easier doing this in daytime. Okay, so the main elements you can find on the surface is resin and compound. They're the 2 main things you're going to need to build, especially when you're expanding out like I am, using resin. Like here. And these is where you insert slots. So let's go back over to where I found that resin earlier, which was over here. So get some more resin. Oh wow, I think I practically got every bit of resin there was to get. So I was very close to a good mine before. this video, you can see just over there a crash ship. I'm gonna get over there in this video. That's what we're gonna aim for. Once I've done that, I think I've pretty much showed you everything there is to show you. So next, let's cover, because daylight's coming up now. Let's cover the building element of things. So I've shown you how to mine, get rid of land. Now you can build up using the same mining tool. I still find this a little bit tricky. I don't know if it's just me, but I absolutely love this game. Even if I tried really hard, I don't think I could find any fault with it. Oops. What happened there? Well, there's a fault. Sometimes the controls can be a bit weird. Don't quite work the way you want them to. Especially with this mining tool. If you're too heavy-handed, it just flies away. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm filling in this mine. Because eventually I'm going to get around to building the rover. And this big massive hole like this isn't something that you want to stick around. Oh. What the hell? Here we go. So I can start building a rover here now. What is it I need? I need a compound, wasn't it? Well, I got one. But saying that, where there was a resin mine, there is a compound mine. Just gonna run over here. So I'm gonna list a list of things to do first and not to do first. So to do first, build a smelter. To do second, build the printer, and then the research buildings. That's the things to definitely do. Definitely go out mining first. You need to definitely find a mine. Use tethers, which are buildable via here. Build tethers, and tethers are the little power lines that you put down here. See there? There. They keep your oxygen supply and your power going to your backpack, which is what you need. Highly recommended. Obviously build the mini solar panels on the back as well for when you're out in the daytime, like now. And they just keep your power up all the time, which is great. So their things definitely do. And then once you've built, say, the big solar panel, you've got enough power, build the battery. Oh, that's what I was going to build, the battery. What element did I need that for that? Lithium, and that's going to be tricky to get because it's a rare element. The only place I've ever found it is by researching, so I'd give that a go. So here you can build a mini rover, a shuttle, or a truck. But again, you have to research things to be able to unlock them. The truck I haven't unlocked because I haven't researched anything yet. So I'm going to go ahead and build the rover. Then once power goes back to it, I can start building a chair. While I'm waiting for that to happen, what can I build that will help? Nothing really. If you find these little blocks, these are quite helpful. That's oxygen, blue, and yellow is power. Obviously when you're out, it's just so you don't get stuck. Same in the mines, you'll get this yellow stuff which is power. And it's just a little something you can grab if it's an emergency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these on there. Oh. There we go. Let's put power to everywhere because it's plugged in. Didn't quite have enough. I'm gonna try venturing out over here. I may or may not make it back. Oh fuck. Yep, I need to get back. So that is a storm. Definitely do not want to get caught in that. What I tend to do when there's a storm is go in the little home pod. If you are out in the middle of nowhere and you find that you're nowhere near your base, best thing to do is try and build a little cave and hide out in there, but remember to make sure you have tethers going there or some sort of oxygen supply, otherwise you will suffocate and die, and it will respawn you back here. Which may not be such a bad thing, but if you're carrying a lot of stuff, obviously you have to go back and get it. Yeah, you get caught in this, you get hit by one of those blocks, you're dead. Now the storm's passed, we're going to head back out. I believe it's going to be daytime in a minute. I was going to try and make it to the power block that's over there. What the hell, let's go for it. One thing I find annoying is you have to push down. So we're going to head back out. I believe it's going to be daytime in a minute. I was going to try and make it to the power block that's over there. What the hell, let's go for it. One thing I find annoying is you have to push down one of the thumbsticks to be able to run. Annoying. Right, 3 is going to be enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one on the back of the rover, and then once I detach it I'm going to put another 2 on so that I can go out into the big wide world and go recover some research elements. Just quickly, let me grab some oxygen. Planets like this, if you dig below them, you should get them to budge a little bit. There we go. Once they budge like that, it'll have research. Grab the research out. What we want to do is we want to throw that on our research block over here. Okay. And now we want to research that. So it's going to unlock something now. Let's see what it is. Oh. Not something I want, but okay. Sometimes it can give us some really dodgy stuff that you just don't need or don't want, have no use for. I don't even know what it's used for. I've never had to build anything with that. Oh, here we go. Let's see. So now we need more compound. Here we go. Let's build a seat. Okay, so now we built a seat. What I want to do is attach, move it out. I'm going to grab this. Oh no. What the hell happened there? How on earth did it spawn inside the drogue? Jesus. So I'm going to put some power on here so I stand a chance of reaching the shuttle out here. So this is what you want to do. You want to aim for structures like this. You want to find things that have a high value research attached to it like this here. This is exactly what we're looking for. So that's going to give us something decent, I'm hoping, for research. Obviously it gives you a seat and some elements. So let's first... I want to try and grab the storage, drop it over here. So with the rover you can only carry this on the back because it requires 2 of the little holes. Let's get that put on here. And copper. Unless we've got more copper, let's put that on there. And the organic. So I'm going to come back for that. What I'm going to do now is going to take this back and hope that it's giving me something decent to research. Preferably the truck. My amp, I took it. When you come back as well, it might be a good idea to plug your little rover in so we can charge up while you're waiting, especially if it's daytime. Right, let's reach that first to see what it's giving me. Oh, a fuel condenser. Just what I wanted. Not. Actually, it's kind of a good thing. Here we go. Oh, and I have the copper. The copper is waiting for me on my little spaceship back here. Oh. Okay, so everything's how I left it. Oh. No. Grab this. gonna take it back. So I've got two that's on here, which is really handy, because it's what I'm going to use to build the fuel condenser, and eventually over time in the mine there is fuel elements just like the copper and the aluminium, where you have to use the smelter to turn it to fuel. I think that's how it works. To be honest, I've only ever used a fuel condenser once. When I have a plan, I kind of stick to it. Never move from the same spot. Although you can. With this game you can build a shuttle and go to another part of the same planet or somewhere else. Not too sure how the fuel condenser works. Let me try going to a mine. Here we go. So there's an element here. This stuff. This is what you'll use for mine. For fuel, sorry. Let's mine this. Oh no, I think this is actually already turned it into like fuel that I can use. So the fuel condenser must use some sort of element. I'm not too sure which it is. See these little pods here, this is like pure fuel. You don't need to do anything to it. The fuel condenser uses some sort of element. I think it might use titanium or organic? No. Not 100% sure on that. Here we go. Nope. Okay, so we've got to wait for daylight. I think that's everything I can show you. In the vehicle bay you can build a shuttle. Eventually you'll be able to build this using all the compound elements. Once you do, you'll get a chance to build the little thing that the guy sits in. If you keep researching and keep researching, you can build these little pods here, which you come in onto the planet on, and they are used as creating new homes on sites on the same planet that you're on. Or if you want to put on a shuttle, you can build a bigger version of the shuttle as well if you research it, and you'll be able to put the little home pods on the spaceship and go to another planet and have another home. Just completely forget about this one. So yeah, this game is really good. I'd rate it a 10 out of 10. There's so much you can do, although it seems like there's not a lot you could do. The possibilities are endless because you have all the resources around you to do it. You just have to be bothered to go out and get them and put the time and effort into building places. I've seen on YouTube as well, some people have even built their base in space. Somehow they've used the build element to go like up, all the way up like that, and they've just managed to stay on top and just head all the way up to space and keep building up there. I don't know how they did it, but it looks pretty good. So what you can do in this game is just, it's endless. You could probably even build like a castle or something in this, using that mining tool. So yeah, it's just really good. So definitely go check it out. It's available on Xbox and PC. I believe it's on Xbox as a preview game where you can play the first hour for free. So that's definitely a good shout, definitely worth trying that out. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. If you go follow me on Facebook, there is a competition where you can win Battlefield 1 on a console of your choice. All you have to do is like the page. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next stream. Bye.